It's your boy Mark, and today I got some clips about some girl that we call around these parts Bubble Guppy. That's right, Bubble Guppy. Now she's turned into one of them there Chinese full-on propagandists, and I tell you, that girl ain't right in the mind. She ain't right in the mind, and I'm gonna prove it to you. Because this girl, she is off her rocker. She don't even breathe to talk shit. Do you know of anybody that doesn't like wind up and then let a bunch of shit go? Because she don't even breathe. That's impressive. So let's get some clips here and listen to Bubble Guppy go off the deep end. Roll it.
That lying bitch.
Fucking Bubble Guppy goes full stupid on this one. It's a fire hose of lies and nonsense. Roll it.
One of the main reasons President Trump won nearly 80 million votes, swept all 7 battleground states, and received a resounding mandate from the American public.
It wasn't a resounding mandate. He only won 49-point-something% of the vote. It's because half of us are morons. Half of us are morons. Not gonna lie, including you, Bubble Guppy. Continue.
Because of the contrast he presented during the campaign and continues to this day.
Yeah. We had a perfectly capable person on one side and a functionally illiterate imbecile that shits himself in public on the other. Who did you think half of America voted for? Yeah, that's right. The functionally illiterate moron that shits himself on the regular in public. Continue, Bubble Guppy.
Everything in President Trump's agenda is grounded in one thing: common sense.
Bullshit. You call wanting to raid Greenland common sense. You call trying to steal a sovereign nation in Canada by saying they want to annex them common sense? Or how about taking over Panama? Is that common sense? How about these idiot tariffs? Yeah, the thing that's going to raise prices for everyone. Is that common sense?
While the Democrat Party went off the deep end and doubled down on pure craziness,
Nonsense.
Trump pledged to restore common sense back to the United States of America.
Oh, really? Those things that I just mentioned, what about those?
A little more than 3 months, that's exactly what he's done.
Nope, not even close. Has he stopped the war in Ukraine? Nope. He said he was going to do that on day one. I'm going to put them in a room and I'm going to make them make a deal. Yeah, remember that? You fucking idiot? Yeah, I'm going to lower prices on day one. Remember that, you fucking idiot? We're on the verge of a recession because of this asshole and his idiot tariffs. Continue, Bubble Guppy.
He recognized that America is a sovereign nation that cannot survive if it does not protect its territorial borders. So
You're full of shit. You and that moron have turned this into a banana republic.
Secured the border in record time.
Nonsense.
Ended the mass invasion.
There was no mass invasion. There was no invasion at all. Let's get that straight, America. There was no invasion.
Of tens of millions of illegal
Nonsense.
Into our homeland.
Nonsense. That's a lie.
The president knows his top responsibility is ensuring the safety of the American people, which is why he's arresting violent illegal alien invaders in our
Nonsense. This is all nonsense. Look at you. You're even starting to look like Pyongyang, Bubble Guppy. Holy shit. You're getting old before your time.
Who threaten our public safety.
Who threaten? He's threatening me.
And it's unacceptable to President Trump to allow rampant waste, fraud, and abuse.
Really? Have you seen his plans lately? Yeah, flying around in a jet and jacking the taxpayer with his kickback scheme at this dump down the street, Mar-a-Lago. Yeah, right. Waste, fraud, and abuse. They didn't find any. Just fired a bunch of people, upended their lives for no reason whatsoever.
Americans' precious tax dollars, which is why the president championed a historic DOGE effort that saved nearly $200 billion already.
How much did it cost? $250 billion? You fucking idiot! Yeah, no. Garbage. Hey, Bubble Guppy, where's my DOGE check?
President Trump knows America is blessed with an abundance of liquid gold below our feet.
Yeah, liquid. You know where the only liquid gold that he knows of is the one that leaks out of the diaper, flows down the back of his knees, and gets lodged in the back of his elevator shoes.
Form of fossil fuels. So he ended.
Yeah, that's right. What comes out of that fossil is brown fuel, radioactive.
Biden's reckless war on American energy and is restoring American energy dominance to lower costs and strengthen our national security.
Nonsense. Why is everything going up then? Why is everything going up?
President Trump believes Americans should be free to drive whatever car they want.
They are. They always have been. What the fuck is your problem?
So he ended Joe Biden's disastrous EV mandate. And
first of all, it wasn't a mandate and it wasn't disastrous. Bullshit.
Promoted true consumer choice. President Trump stood up for the Constitution's promise of colorblind equality.
Oh, really? Oh, really? So how come he's deporting U.S. citizens, cancer kids, people that have no criminal record without due process, you fucking liar? No, you know what they all have in common? They're brown or they're black, you fucking asshole.
Law. So he terminated radical DEI preferencing in federal contracting and directed federal agencies to relentlessly combat private sector.
Oh, you racist.
Discrimination.
Nonsense. Here's the thing. DEI it helped black people get their foot in the door. Now, if you were somebody and you were hiring somebody, let's say they were black and they weren't qualified, you don't hire them. But if they are, you hire them. But they weren't being able to get their foot in the door. That's what that program's all about. You're just a fucking racist.
DEI seeks to divide and pit Americans against each other based on immutable characteristics.
Nonsense. So I say from me to you, I will make your dreams come true. Do you love me? Do you, surfer? Girl, surfer, girl, my little surf. You racist, disgusting, vile bubblehead. Got the bubble-headed bleach blonde, comes on at 5. She could tell you about the tire fire with the gleam in her eye. Continue.
And directed federal agencies to relentlessly combat private sector discrimination. DEI seeks to divide and pit Americans against each other based on immutable characteristics.
Nonsense.
Trump put an end to it.
Nope. His whole fucking cabinet, the junk drawer, is a DEI hire.
In President Trump's America, individual dignity, hard work, and excellence are the only things that will determine if you get ahead.
My name is Robert F. Kennedy Jr., and I think that autism is caused by vaccines. I talk about DEI.
President Trump is a proud free speech champion, which is why he ended Joe Biden's trampling of free speech rights and the federal government's censorship of American speech on online platforms.
What are you talking about? What do you do? Nonsense. That's nonsense.
The president believes college students have a right to speak their minds and go.
But this lady does not breathe. She doesn't stop to breathe. This is a propaganda machine.
Go to school safely. Again, common sense. So he took bold action to protect Jewish American students from harassment by pro-Hamas radicals on their.
What did he do? I didn't hear anything about Jewish kids getting harassed. It's nonsense. This is all nonsense. Just because he wants to bulldoze Gaza and form an ethnic cleansing, seriously, fuck you.
Campuses. And President Trump knows that America's children are our future.
Oh, really? So why does he want to limit them on the things they can have? Huh? You're a fucking sack of shit, lady.
And he'll never stop fighting for them. That's why he ended the radical, un-American indoctrination of children by
What?
support for divisive, radical gender ideology.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
And equity ideology, and why the president protected parents' fundamental rights.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What did he do? What did he do? What did he do to change anything? He's done nothing. He tried to change the name of the Gulf of Mexico. Yeah? Yeah? What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
And lastly, the president believes in fundamental biology. Isn't that something? Which is why he made it the official policy of the United States government that there are only two sexes, male and female.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares. I mean, nobody. Nobody cares.
And because men and women are biologically different, President Trump ended the unfair, demeaning practice of forcing women to compete against men in sports.
Nope. Didn't happen. Nope. The courts in Maine just told him to go fuck himself.
And having their private spaces invaded.
Oh, yeah, like Republican congressmen do? Yeah. That's right.
When President Trump promised a complete restoration of America and the revolution of common sense.
Nothing happened. Nothing happened. Other than he's bankrupted this place. Not a goddamn thing has changed. Other than the fact that everything's going up. And we still have a war in Ukraine. Yeah. Everything's more expensive, you bitch.
He meant it. And over the next 100 days, get ready for historic trade deals, budget deals.
You sure saved the best for last. That's a joke. Get ready for a recession.
Caroline Levitt setting the record straight as we are
It's a fucking dillywinkle.
soon approaching President Trump's...
This idiot's head's gonna explode. Oh!
This shit is funny off the chain.
You're all out of luck. You gotta be special. You gotta be special.
We cannot survive as a country. So people ought to be kissing the feet of Elon Musk. And
No!
Donald Trump for being the two people to actually do this.
Oh! Oh, shit. Can you imagine? Oh, those feet probably smell like Doritos. Lady, you're in a cult.
Donald Trump's brain is broken.
Oh, by the way, before I go, can you please hit the like, share, and subscribe buttons, please? And if you want a cool t-shirt or maybe one of these, go to mockingmagamorons.com and check out the website. We got a lot of products there that you can show your disdain for this prick. Thanks a lot, guys. Peace.